Great! Your position is now posted and you are beginning to prepare for the interviewing process. Now is the time to plan. Hi everyone, I'm Maria and I work in the Talent Acquisition Division of the Human Resources Department for Henrico County. In this video, we're going to provide an overview on how to organize and prepare for interviews. We will touch on selecting panel members, coming up with interview questions, and structuring your interview sessions. Having a systematic and structured approach will make your interview process run more smoothly, allow for greater objectivity, and will better protect the interviewer and the organization if anything is challenged in court. We're here to help, to provide a little bit of guidance, and to set you up for success. With some pre-planning in the areas of panel member selection, questions, and structures, you will have prepared yourself and your panel members for a successful day of interviewing. First, we are going to focus on selecting interview panel members. You want to strive to have 3 or 4 panel members. Any more than that would be overwhelming to the candidate. Our goal is also to have a diverse panel to create a more welcoming experience for the applicant, but more importantly, to mitigate bias and create a fair, consistent, inclusive process for all. What do I mean when I say diverse panel? People who have different views, lived experiences, and individuals from underrepresented groups. I am referring to race, ethnicity, religious affiliation, women, veterans, people with disabilities, and members of the LGBTQ community. As you develop your panels, consider inviting team members from different locations of the organization to participate, especially if the role requires interacting with multiple departments. Best practice would be to have panel members that are in a higher level position than the candidate. Choose panel members who are available to participate for the entire span of interviews. This will ensure a fair and equal process for the candidate. Next, we're going to focus on developing effective and appropriate interview questions. Henrico County predominantly uses behavioral-based interview questions. Using past behavior is a proven technique used to determine the future performance of the individual more accurately. Behavioral interview questions ask the applicant to describe actual past behavior on the job in both positive and negative situations, which in turn helps you predict their future behavior. Finding out what their thoughts and actions were in previous situations helps you to understand their reasoning, learn what motivates them, and explore their perspective on life. When you're considering what specific questions to ask, take inventory of the required knowledge, skills, and abilities, and the general duties of the position. When possible, try to tie these needs to the county's core capabilities. You can partner with your recruiter to develop open-ended behavioral interview questions. Lastly, we're going to focus on interview structure. In getting ready for the big day, collaborate with panel members to come up with a date and times that work for all parties. Prepare copies of resumes and interview questions for each panel member, and provide a copy of the questions for the candidate to refer to during the interview. We recommend meeting 15 to 30 minutes prior to interviews so the manager can give a rundown of the day to the panel. This would include the schedule, reviewing questions together, discussing needs of the position, and the time allotted for each interview. Also, designate a timekeeper to keep things on track. And remember, if HR is not in the room, the hiring manager drives the process. Once the candidate has been welcomed into the room and introductions have been made, it's helpful to provide a brief description of the position. Be sure to share the time frame and the number of questions they will be asked. And let the candidate know the panel will be taking notes. Each candidate should be asked the same set of questions, free from leading, prompting, interrupting, or helping them find the answer. This can be more common if you know the candidate. It's safest to stick to the script for the first interview. Follow-up questions can be a slippery slope, as we want to ensure each applicant receives the same experience. The first interview is the candidate's time to talk. The key for the interviewer is to speak as little as possible and to practice active listening. If additional information is necessary to make a hiring decision, a second interview can be conducted with more probing questions in a conversational format. Although it may be tempting to start the interview by going through the candidate's resume with them, it is highly discouraged, as it allows some candidates to be treated differently than others, potentially leading to discrimination claims. We want to focus on the unknowns, their past performance in the areas needed to be successful in the position. For internal candidates, the hiring manager should refrain from sharing any firsthand experience regarding the applicant and allow the panel to form their own opinions. And that concludes our video. We hope that these tips for panel member selection, effective and appropriate interview question development, and interview structure have provided you with some sense of preparedness prior to your future interviews. As always, contact your recruiter for any questions and support that you may need. We are here to help you, and we want to help so that you can feel comfortable and conduct successful interviews for you and your team.